Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome to your reading. This is Oddwitch Wendell. So far, we have the Ace of Pentacles as your significator card and the World crossing you. So what this is saying here is that you may be having trouble starting new opportunities, closing old cycles so that you can move forward. Here we have at the root of you the Queen of Wands in reverse. So you could have trouble letting go of control and allowing new things to come in because of fear or anxiety or a feeling like you don't have the means, and so you're stressing about it. But in your recent past, you have the Fool. So in order to just how you've sort of gotten to your current moment here is kind of by going through life, by doing what you want and going through life by being called by what you want, which is fine. But you're letting your wants kind of like negate where you're going, and you're not letting yourself kind of end the cycle because you want to stay where you are, but because if you want to stay where you are, it's not necessarily like the best spot for you, and you recognize that, and you're trying to get out of it, according to like this Devil in reverse here. But so yeah, but the thing is like releasing this is like, it's a lot of work. It feels like almost like a Monday morning of like a rude awakening of like, ugh, like I don't want to get up and go to work. Like I really don't want to go do this. Like it's kind of that vibe, like it's like every piece of you is like resisting the change. And you may want to stick to things that may have worked for you in the past but are not anymore, in the sense like you may want to, let's just say, for example, like binge eat to calm your anxiety about the situation, or leaning into substances, or but you're putting your foot down, um, and you're trying to limit um, your the way you're um, thinking about like craving things. You're trying to limit your cravings. Here, like, truths will be revealed. You may be having a conflict with other people or within yourself, or people may be feeling like maybe have pressure put on you from the outside, and it's causing maybe you to talk to yourself in a harsher way. Maybe people in the past have treated you poorly, in the sense like they've controlled you, used you to get what they want, um, using their intuition and their wants, and prioritizing those wants over yours, neglecting you and your needs. So this could be like a mother wound. And this could be sort of like how you've integrated, how you talk to yourself, your thoughts. You could have kind of like used a lot of the things that they've said, and you might be thinking about yourself in those ways, on like not realizing it. And you could have tried to like ignore those thoughts and those things, but you're coming to a point where you have to face it, because these beliefs aren't aligned with your future. and it's causing a lot of resistance. You may have had, like, if you're an artist, you may have creative blocks. You may be having trouble interacting with the other people in your environment. You may feel alone and stuck in a certain way, but at the same time, I think you're like, once you move past this, and to do so, you have to let go of some of these possibly like addictions, maybe like even like you may rely on others or on a specific person too much, or you may be relying on something you're relying on that isn't healthy for you. You need to let that go, and it could even be these beliefs that you're clinging on to, and you need to let them go because you don't have enough trust in yourself. But like you in order to move forward, you must have this trust in yourself, and you will, because you're very capable. There's some sort of like either person in your life right now that's putting these thoughts in you, or someone from your past that you're recreating these thoughts like continuously as a core belief or something that you're having to face. And you could be wanting to rush into things and like to rush forward into the new, what's new, and you may feel pressure, like a lot of pressure on you, but you also need to be at peace in order to feel fully comfortable, because you're very triggered right now, like your anxiety is really triggered. But the reading is saying have trust in yourself. Moving into the future, like this offer that you're getting, regardless, it's gonna be a grind in the future, but this offer is like an olive branch. It's like this will help you get farther out of your situation, or move forward even a little bit. It's like confirmation verb. It's like this the tiniest little offer. It feels like a job offer, and it could be just like a crappy part-time job, like a retail job, or maybe you're working in a warehouse or a factory or stuff like that, or maybe at a restaurant and you're not being paid enough and it's really hard backbreaking work. But regardless, that little bit amount of money that you have will help you get out of what situation you're currently in, which is worse than the grind. So because right now you keep replaying these old conflicts in your mind and using those to move into the future, like using those as evidence for your choices, but it isn't quite dependable evidence, because you're giving away your power to these thoughts. Okay, let's get some clarification on the King of Cups. Two of Swords. So yeah, and your significant card, like your overall indicator, your overall energy here is the Two of Swords. So you may feel like you're stuck in this in-between space. You're stuck like you're walking a tightrope, and it's like you lean to either side and you could fall. But it's like, just take off your blindfold and put the thoughts down and take a minute and think. Not think, actually, don't think. This is what it's saying, don't think. Put the swords down, close your eyes, and just meditate and eventually you'll get a download, I feel like, of, or you're calm enough to think properly. Because when you're overwhelmed and you're trying to think, it just feels like spaghetti in your brain. In my experience, anyway. It feels like spaghetti in my brain. So, yeah. So, if you don't get yourself into a state of calm, you could put some extra weight on the people around you, because you're having trouble regulating your own emotions, and it could cause more conflict. Let's get some clarification on the Fool. 9 of Wands. You may have been, especially in your recent past, you may have been surrounded by a lot of stuff to do, but you kind of have been doing so without intention, and you've been doing it to get somewhere, but again, it lacks some intention. I feel like you're just trying to get to a like a break point, and then you'll kind of reevaluate things and go in with more strategy. Let's get some clarification on the Devil. 3 of Swords in reverse. So you could be doing something to help alleviate the pain of a previous heartbreak that is not ending. That is not, like, you're not, that's what we're having trouble closing here, is a heartbreak. We're having trouble like with closure. You're having trouble getting closure from some sort of heartbreak, some loss. And because of that, you keep going into some sort of addictive cycle because of it. Okay. Let's get some clarification on the 7 of Pentacles. 2 of in reverse. 2 of Wands in reverse. You have to face a decision, and you have to let go of this fear that you're carrying about not being able to move forward. Like, you can and you're capable. You feel like you're not capable of moving forward, but you are. You are. All right, let's get some Lenormand cards. So you're in a big transitionary period. You're uprooting yourself. So it feels very intense. But good luck is coming your way, and you're going to get some sort of form of communication that will give you this opportunity, as long as you're willing to take it. Okay, and we're going to end this reading with an oracle card from Work Your Light. And I'm going to read you this what's the word? I'm going to read you this, or you know what I mean. But yeah, so don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Don't dim your light to accommodate someone else's smallness. We are all born to shine big and bright. The universe is expanding, and you are part of the universe, so expanding is part of your nature. If somebody makes you want to retract, notice, and slowly back away. They're not for you, and you are not for them. Better yet, find it within yourself to expand and shine your light anyway. So that kind of goes along with maybe like if it is somebody from your past coming in and sharing these thoughts with you that is hurting you and affecting your ability to function. Don't let them do that to you, because you're more powerful than you realize, and you don't need to let somebody else's will hurt your life. Flowers don't open and close according to who is walking by. They open and show their beauty regardless. If others don't want to be around you or you make them uncomfortable, it's because you are shining light on the fact that they are dimming to fit in. By choosing to shine bright, you may just inspire them to turn on their light too, or not. Keep your light on anyway. So, regardless of the thoughts, keep your light shining, because your light needs to be seen. If others don't want to be around you or make them, yeah, we already read that. All relationships are essentially an energetic agreement. The moment one person decides to start rising up and allowing their light to shine, it changes the energetic agreement and can create some waves. That's completely normal. The relationships that are meant to last will adapt to the change in energy. Others won't, because they were likely born under the proviso of I love you as long as you don't shine brighter than me. That's okay. Not all people are meant to be in your life forever, but the lessons they teach us can still live on. So, holy, wait a second. So you could have someone say, I love you as long as you don't shine brighter than me. Maybe that is your wound that is fueling all of this. And you need to just be yourself regardless of who's in the room, and let yourself have fun regardless, and don't hurt yourself for others, because that's what it means to, affirmation verb, to fit in. Because like what I'm seeing is like a box, and someone would hit you the moment you try and get out of the box, so you stay in the box. And anytime you're like, I'm tired, I want to get out of the box, you try and get out, you get hit and smacked and put back in. And now that person isn't really watching you anymore, because they just assume that you're like chilling in the box. But you can get up, and you have arms too. You can hit them back if that's what you need to get out of your box, But I think with that, we're going to end your reading, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And take care. Have a lovely day. Bye.